Hi, my name is Chris, and for a brief introduction, I work as an Oracle Data Warehouse developer, a BI administrator for Cognos, write in Python and R, and have dealt extensively with Excel in the past. Today I'm going to show you a brief proof of concept. How do you take your laptop camera and sync it with Excel? Now what you'll notice right off the bat is that we have an Excel spreadsheet open. The spreadsheet is called CAM, and the height and width of the actual cells within the spreadsheet are set to 1 pixel. On the bottom right, you'll see a user form called Selfie Cam with a button called Take Selfie. When we click this button, it's going to turn on my laptop camera, take a picture, and download its content into Excel. This process does take a little bit of time. And there you go, that's a photo of me based on what my laptop captured. So first thing you'll notice is that you can select a range, and that range actually contains cells that have pixel values. So these are pixels from my camera. We know that this is the background of the actual Excel spreadsheet cells because we can change the color of it. So turning it yellow, you'll notice that the pixels have disappeared. Another way to prove this, if we expand the actual column height and expand the height of the cells, we'll get a single cell and it's a single color. In this case, it's HL140. So how would you sync your camera with Excel? First, we go to our Developer tab and Visual Basic. You'll notice that there are 3 different objects down here. One is that user form selfie cam. When you click the Take Selfie button, you'll notice that it's just, when you click the command button, please run Excel Cam main. So under the Excel Cam module, run the main subroutine. When you go to that module itself, you'll notice that there's 2 subroutines. The first one just forces the user form to open up when we open up the workbook. That's what auto open does. Main does most of the processing. Now main is separated into 3 different sections. One is a variable declaration section. One is a function call called run Python, and within it we have import cam, which says please run this Python code. The Python code we want to run is import cam. Import cam finds the cam Python script and runs it. The last part are 2 loops, and these 2 loops go through sheet 2, sheet 1, and data, grab the values from each of those sheets, and then change the background of the color based on that. Now sheet 1, sheet 2, and data get populated through this Python procedure, and we'll go over that really quickly. So the actual Python script has to be in the same directory as this Excel spreadsheet, and that Excel spreadsheet is going to be macro enabled. So when we click the actual Python script, open it in Notepad++, we'll see some code, and what you'll notice is a few import statements. Import statements just importing some libraries. The first library we import is CV2. CV2 is called OpenCV. It was developed by Intel and does image processing. And what's neat about it is it has the ability to capture images from your laptop. The next thing we import is something called Numpy. Numpy is numerical arrays within Python, and we use it because when we take a photo, we want to convert it into something that we can later on download into Excel. And what Numpy does is it will take that image captured by the camera, it will convert it into 640 by 480 by 3 array of numbers. The 640 by 480 would be the pixels, the 3 depth is the RGB values, the red, green, blue, and so what you end up having is a listing, a array of the colors within the photo. The last thing we import is something called XLWings. XLWings allows for bindings between Excel and Python, and we import 2 specific objects from that. One is workbook and range. Now what's interesting about XLWings is if you use a VBA code to call it, and then instantiate a workbook, it links it to that VBA called spreadsheet. So in our cases, if we call this script through VBA, the workbook here would be the same workbook that has the CAM spreadsheet. So that's actually what happens here is we create that binding. The next line of code turns on the camera and begins to capture some images. We take one of those images specifically. We then convert it to that array, so that 640 by 480 by 3 array. And then down here, we pick each spreadsheet, slice that array into just one color, so red color first for the first dimension, maybe then green, then blue, and we import it into the spreadsheet. Now we can actually see that here when we open up that spreadsheet again, the data tab has a bunch of numbers between 1 and 255, and this represents the color of maybe the reds in the image. Sheet 1 might contain blues, sheet 3 might contain greens. The way the background changes is again that loop. We loop through, pick one cell from CAM, then we grab the color of red, green, and blue, and then we change the background of that cell to that RGB color. Anyway, just for good measure, let's take one more photo. Oops. Go to the CAM page. Get the selfie cam out, click the button, take a picture. There we go, me giving a thumbs up. I hope you enjoyed the video. Maybe somebody can do some clever modifications, potentially do something like face detection or find a moving object and import it into Excel. Hope people enjoyed it.